I say for the last few years, I have been really annoying a lot of people in the coaching profession because I keep saying, look, coaching's got to speak to people like myself and it's got to be fit for purpose for all, because I feel it's taken me decades to find my voice and decades for me to have the courage to speak up and say, actually, we don't all start from the same place, and therefore we absolutely need to build equity for women and for everybody. Women are a minority in tech, but South Asian women, I was the only woman who looked like me because I was always customer facing in my roles. But I think whereas initially in my career I was faking it, I was working hard to fit in, I'm kind of happy to not fit in now. I'm happy to disrupt, but I do totally believe that it's taking everybody with you on that journey. I'm not a diversity practitioner, but when I first started doing this work, we were on the first wave of looking at women and how many women are in senior roles. One of the biggest challenges I saw was that there would be tokenism, where a woman would get promoted and everybody else watching her would say, if that is who I need to be, I'm not going to do it. I think we are now at a wave where we are recognizing it can't just be one senior female executive. We need several. We need to be 50-50 at the table. It's only then we are going to see some real changes. Otherwise, the women watching are thinking, I'm going to leave this because I don't want to be that woman. The most positive change that has happened was, if I look back to a decade or two ago, the underlying narrative was, let's fix the women. That narrative has changed. We are now talking about a lack of equity and we're talking about, let's fix the system. It's a good time to be where we are now, but definitely the world we are in now is progressing.
The thing that I reflect on, I started work with an MP called Jo Cox. She was Labour from Yorkshire, I was Tory from Lancashire, but we banded together to form a cross-party commission on loneliness, but which we had both been campaigning on. And the work we developed created the world's first ever strategy on loneliness. There's a lot of things that are announced with a great party at Downing Street, and then they'll have 1 year of funding and then it's never followed up. But 7 years later, we still have the money in that. So that's something I'm proud of. I'm not used to using that word, but I'm proud of that. That was definitely my career highlight. You need to be part of the conversation about PE and VC and what it means, but you also need to be part of a wider conversation about policy. Be part of a policy conversation, either in your companies, in your trade bodies, because I'm sure you're not just part of BVCA, but others, in your local communities, and have those conversations about why this isn't working, because that's a really important part of what we do. It is about role models. You do have to be able to see people. Compared with other sectors of financial services or other comparable professions, the rate is low. And there is so much potential because, of course, having women in your industry will support other women entrepreneurs. And I think that's very important.